it's this sense of the things that you thought were handled or you thought you were sure of are coming back up to say, are you still sure? Hey Aries, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Please be sure to watch the general energy reading for Scorpio season, and also check out your tarot scopes for your moon and rising sign. Let's see what Scorpio season has in store for you. Big messages coming up for everybody this season, which I'm not surprised. You know what? Right now, already looking at this, Aries, it seems like the main thing for Scorpio season is going to be dealing with some things that you thought you've already dealt with. And looking here, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Ten of Pentacles. It's very interesting. And then after that, the Knight of Swords, right in the middle. And to his right is the Two of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Wands. So it's really interesting that we have these reversals right before the cards that they are right before. So it just feels like you're wanting to make this move forward in certain ways, but it's not time yet. That you're like thinking 2 to 3 steps forward when you haven't even taken step 1. So let's break this down a little bit. Let's first talk about the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Pentacles upright. So I want to talk about the Ten of Pentacles first, because this feels like this is where you're trying to go. This is where you're trying to be, which makes sense. This is where a lot of us want to be. Wealth, family, security, health. This is all the things. I believe that the pentacles on this card too are in the form of the Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life was pulled as an oracle card in the Aquarius video. So if you have some Aquarius in your chart, go watch that. So of course you want to be here. And you're very independent and self-sufficient. So this makes total sense for you that this is your goal in life. But what is getting in the way of you not getting there? Couple things. Nine of Pentacles in reverse can mean some shadow messages of the Nine of Pentacles, but it can also be referencing the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is the card of self-mastery and making your own money. And then the Nine of Pentacles is about luxury and being like financially content, and also having control over your finances, being able to, do what you want, treat yourself, all those sort of things when you have abundance. It's almost feeling like you're acting like this and you're not quite there yet. I mean, maybe this is like one of those fake it till you make it things, but it's feeling like I hope you did do some treating yourself in Libra season. But it does feel like they want you to pull the reins back a little bit. It's like, whoa, we're living like a luxurious life here, and are you actually able to support that in a sustainable way? Or are you going to catch yourself acting like you're luxurious, acting like you have like expendable income, when in fact you should be paying, still be paying a little close attention. Still maybe not buying those extra things that you want but you don't need. There's still this piece of self-mastery that needs to be taken into account. It feels like it's almost like I heard getting too big for your britches. That's kind of what this energy is. It's like getting too big for your britches. Like, you've done a lot, you've made you've made money, you've had a glow up, all these things. But it's like everything looks good on the outside, but everything's not totally lined up on the inside. Okay? So then I want to look at this other side, because it's very interesting, these two cards with the Knight of Swords in the middle. And usually I would just like go down the line of how they came up, but I don't think I've ever seen a layout like this come so naturally, and so I'm being drawn to like talk about these two sides of this energy. Because this energy is the acting without thinking, or making a decision and acting on it right away, speaking without thinking, and sometimes it's good, but it feels very much like there is like an imbalance kind of happening, and you're like really geared up to go, and you're like ready to make these decisions, but it's like, have you looked at, examined all parts and all sides of this situation? Because then we have these two buddies over here, Two of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands. Very interesting again. Because it's like, okay, I'm ready for my ships to come in, I'm ready, and it's like, are you ready for the ships to come in, or have you actually not put enough ships out there for you to get a comeback? Or have you sent some ships out, but you didn't really set them up for success? They might not, have all the fuel and the food that they needed to complete their task in order to return to you with what you put them out there for. These are analogies. If you have any questions, please let me know. We are still here. You're still in this place where you're like, putting some stuff out in the world, but putting yourself out there in the world. But again, it feels like there's like a piece missing. And it's like, you're like wondering, like, where's my riches and my payoff? Where's my shit? You're like, well, I know you've done a lot. And I know you've been, like, working hard and doing things, but you're just not ready yet. It's just not the right time. There's still a couple of things that you need to work on. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. The Two of Wands in reverse can also reference the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands, which is like that spark that fires you up. I like to call it the boner card, because it's like what gets you hard for life, what gets you excited. And it feels like you found some things to be excited about, and you found a couple things that like you want to put out there and you want to do, but it feels like there needs to be some refining. There's a lot of, even though it's a short step from 2 to 3, there's a lot of work that has to go in between these two steps. This is like the planning step, and you're getting things ready, and you're about to launch, and you're getting things out there. Like, this is like about to launch, getting the plan, launching, or even figuring out how you want to launch, and then waiting for the return. But they're like, you might not be as ready to launch as you think you are. I have to remind myself of this all the time when I think my business isn't growing as fast as I want, and if my following on the internet isn't growing as fast as I want it to. I have to remember, like, it's all in divine timing. Spirit's like, just not quite yet. And you know what? A lot of times most of the time, I should say every time I thought that, they're right. So many times I've been like, this is it. This is what's going to be the thing. We're doing it. And then it turns out that's not the thing. Or it turns out there's something completely not connected to my business that's out in life that, you know, I'm connected to everything, so things that affect me affects everything. Like, there's a push and a pull and a give and a receive. And there's divine timing in all of it. So it does feel like being where you are, take a step back. You're not at these moments yet. It's like you think you need to be at this destination, and you've missed half the journey. And which is why I think this Knight of Swords is in the middle. You're rushing by. You're like, there's my goal. Gotta rocket myself there. But you're missing the whole journey. You're missing the ride. You're not, like, looking out at the scenery, seeing cool animals, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much you miss that can build on your experience and your character that you're missing because you're like, oh, nope, gotta get there. Need my payoff. My payoff's out there. I know you're so good at getting to your goals when you're really dedicated to them. But there's a lot of needing to ask why. Why do I have to get there? What am I actually looking for? And can you enjoy the journey a little bit more? Can you enjoy the steps that it takes to get there a little bit more? Okay? I'm going to pull you a Mystical Shaman Oracle card. Such a process. Ooh! Stand still. This is great for you, Aries, because it's so hard for you to do. Oh my gosh. You and Pisces. And you guys are right next to each other. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Aries, you're at the beginning of the zodiac. Pisces at the end. And this is the one thing you guys really have in common. It's so hard for you to stand still. And it seems very necessary right now. Like, slow your roll. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Okay. Stand still. We read the medicine since it's in reverse. The essence. When stand still appears, it is a symbol of pausing, the act of observation, and breathing space. It represents the benefits of temporary non-action, as well as what happens when one is stuck. The medicine. Time to get out of analysis paralysis. Stand still invites you to turn within, breathe, and recognize this is the condition of the moment. It allows you the opportunity to bear witness to whatever is going on before movement resumes. This is also an opportunity to abort a project, to exit before damage. And it may also be time to relieve you of an unnecessary burden that you took on without considering the cost. Which one it is depends on your stopping, taking a deep breath, quieting your mind, and removing all your distractions. Then you can make your next move in a grounded, relaxed, detached way. When something doesn't go the way you think it should, remember the following. What is yours cannot be taken away. And what is meant to be will happen. And when things don't work out, most of the time it's because they weren't meant to be. So that's what I meant too in the beginning, where it's this sense of the things that you thought were handled or you thought you were sure of are coming back up to say, are you still sure? And that's a great opportunity. A lot of people don't get that. And I know we were just in a lot of retrograde, and that's when a lot of old stuff comes up, but we're carrying a lot of this into Scorpio season because we have the shadow of retrograde in the first part of Scorpio season, and we're going deeper into our needs. So when you get these opportunities to make these choices, stop and really ask yourself what you want and need. Okay? Thank you so much, Aries. I love you. I'm here for you if you need anything. Please like, subscribe, share, go watch your other tarot scopes, and I will see you for Sagittarius season. Bye.